ถัดไปค่ะก็จะเป็นอีกหนึ่งเซสชันนะคะที่คุณไม่ควรพลาดเพราะว่าเราได้รับเกียรตินะคะจากวิทยากรนะคะต่างชาติที่วันนี้จะมาแลกเปลี่ยนแล้วก็ให้ความรู้ดีๆเกี่ยวกับหัวข้อถัดไปด้วยนะคะ So right now everybody ladies and gentlemen distinguished guests for the next topic that we are going to talk about is a topic of city innovation session. We are going to talk about the city development planning by economic and industrial approach. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite the Senior Consultant GPG Senior Manager, Global Business Planning Department, Nomura Research Institute Limited. Please give a big round of applause to welcome Mr. Yoshikuni Tazaki. ขอเรียนเชิญนะคะ
Sawadee-krap. I just can say this Thai language, so I will speak in English. Actually, today I want to speak the city development planning, economic and industrial approach. First, move on this the presentation. I first want to appreciate to the NIA have this kind of presentation chance for me and all the audience that coming here. I entered the NRI, my company's name Nomura Research Institute in 1993, and after that, on that time, everybody remember the Japanese bubble economy was crashed. In what year? Was 1991. So I get into the company, our company, just the bubble economy was crashed. And I belong to the city or regional development planning department. But unfortunately, there is not so many those kind of projects in Japan. So many times we make those kind of planning could be land development cross finance because it's pretty hard to have a finance to the development planning in Japan on that time. And also there's less project in Japan, so I joined the many overseas projects. For example, in Korea or Taiwan or China, Philippines. Most of those clients are the local government or local company. And today I want to share those kind of my experience for you. And before the moving into my presentation, I a little bit want to have a comment of the smart city. This session's major topic, right? Because around year 2000, the Japanese government also doing a many field trial of the smart city. On that time, they will never say smart city, something like the smart society or on that time Web 2.0 or ubiquitous network, yeah, those kind of words. But unfortunately, in Japan, there is several cities could be said a little bit success and provide the smart service, but it's not the widespread into the Japan. And I think there is two problems. One is there is a few successful business model built into the system is one problem. Not so many business models to build in. So it's pretty hard to sustainable to progress, keep in progress those kind of projects because government it's not maintain keeping doing put the budget into those kind of smart city. So first time, on the beginning, the government can spend a lot of money to make the infrastructure or something. But after that, certainly have to move on the commercial. So it certainly need the business model. And the second one is who will take initiative to progress that smart city project. In Japan, around the year 2000, the many companies said we will do. For example, telecommunication company or a system vendor, or sometimes the government side. But it's pretty difficult to take care of all the smart city system. In the US, could be Google or Apple, but it's still not can take over that. In China, almost decided. They said BAT, Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent, mostly Alibaba and Tencent. They are control those kind of smart society. So in the Thailand, my suggestion is, of course, the technology is very, very important. But those kind of smart cities solution is now already can provide existing technology. So to think about who will take initiative, those kind of projects is one thing, and also to think about the business model is my comment for the smart city. So let's move on the slide. I want to show who is NRA. It's slight, a little bit introduce for you for the better understanding for our approach for the city development. And the second one is it's something like the introduce of the framework of the city development planning. And the third one is the sharing of the case in Japan and China. Our NRI was established in 1965, so it's more than 50 years old. And the base was Nomura Security. It's the Japanese biggest company, security company in Japan. But at this moment, our company already listed in Tokyo Stock Exchange. So we are an independent company. So, and can say it's Japanese biggest consulting firm as well as the think tank. And that's right. I want to say we covered a very widespread field. So for the industry, there is a mechanical, from the service industry, of course, in the real estate, or some solution side, can the management or business strategy, yeah, those kind of things all covered. So that is why we, or my approach is from the industrial or economy side. In Thailand also we have the branch. And because those kind of things, we have a very good relationship with the private sector and also the public and academic. We doing the consulting for the private company and also the government. So those two have the relationship, and we know about what they want to do or what is their needs is and what is their background is. Think about the company's business activity, have to understand their background and needs. It's very important. And it's also very important for doing the city development. So this one is the framework of the city development planning. The first one is the development concept. And after that, make the development planning and make the business plan and feasibility study. And after that, some execution, mostly the promotion. So here, write down the several the task of those kind of the framework, but I just want to say this development concept and planning and execution is very important because if that project is not attractive, it's pretty hard to do, to make the feasible business plan and feasibility study. It's pretty hard. There's one word in the US, the bad project can't save by the sexy finance. It's really, I think it's really, work the word. So it's very important to make the correct direction of the city planning. So what we'll do is first have to look at the national regional plan. We did a survey and also do the analysis of the status or economic the future and doing the interview, not only the government, but also the private sector. So here, the company's real voice is very important. So I want to say there is 3 points. The big picture for the development concept and exit for the development planning and stories for execution. That 3 words meaning is the big picture. For me, I think it is most important thing. Because the city development is for not now, for the future, for 10 years later or 20 years later. So have to look at the future. What kind of economic situation, or industrial situation will be located on there or in the Thailand. Have to think about those kind of features. Then decided this area will have what kind of role in those kind of economic activity. So we looked the long-term perspective and not only the domestic inside of the Thailand, but also have to think about the international relationship. The second, exit, means we have to prepare the company's business promotion on the planning step. On the planning step, when we do the development planning, we have to first we have to know on the future, the coming into this area's companies' needs. We have to know what kind of needs they could have. So what kind of facilities or functions we have to prepare. My approach is like that. So we did a lot of interview to the potential investor or potential the company who will coming to this area. So, and know about their needs and prepare the function or facilities. It's very important. The third one, the story, is similar like the second one, but to do the business promotion, in many cases, the promotion's material is how cheap that this land is, how cheap, or what kind of incentive, for example, tax incentive or something, to write down those kind of things. I look a lot of those kind of promotion materials, but actually the company is not decided only those kind of incentive because of incentive. They are really care about what kind of business, if they were coming into this area, what kind of business they can do. They really curious about that things. So that's why have to write down the story. If your company will coming to this area, we can provide what kind of business for you. Or you can have a co-work with a company or a R&D center and can make the new products or new market. So we have to prepare those kind of things. So this is something like the idea thing. So I will show you the two cases in Japan and China. One is the project in Kobe. Is there anyone visiting to the Kobe? Oh, wow, great. It's a nice city, right? And it's located in Kobe City. It's an island, but it's an island built by the government. And it's located near Osaka. And the area is 3.9 square kilometer. And that is a biomedical park. But why Kobe City choose the biomedical park? The reason is the earthquake. The earthquake will happen in 1995 near Kobe. And many people were dead. And about 1 year's GRP, gross regional product, was vanished. The Kobe city's 1 year was vanished. So on that time, Kobe City is wondering what kind of develop have to do on that area. And on that time, they were decided the people's life is very important. So, and also those kind of life science will be one of the leading industrial field in the future. So we said the 2 points. One is protect the people's life, and the second one is develop the new industry. And said it's a life science cluster. So first, make the concept is background is the earthquake. So the medical cluster, on that time, there's no life science or medical cluster in Japan. That is the first. But talking about the medical or life science cluster, there's a lot of field. We said 2 things. One is the clinical research, and the second one is regenerative medical. Those 2 things. Both of those things could be the major stream in the future. On that time we promised. But important thing is setting those kind of concept and direction. We interview a lot of people. For example, university, hospital, doctors, government, or more than 300 companies. And they understand their needs, their will, and after that set those kind of direction. So at this moment, there's a lot of companies that exist in this area, but why many companies willing to come here? What kind of function or facility exists, then the company willing to come here? This field is something like the R&D oriented industry. So we invite a lot of national R&D center first, on the first time. It was very important things. For example, the Kobe city also established the R&D center. And also in Japan, the leading national R&D center in the life science is RIKEN. Its name is RIKEN. Regenerative Medical R&D Center is also invited at here. This one, RIKEN Center for Development Biology. In year 2002, they will come. And also, it need analyze the data, right? So also there is, it's a little bit later, but have you ever heard the supercomputer K is also located at here? At this moment, I think the Chinese supercomputer is most faster than K, but in the many years, the K is the most fast computer in the world, is also located here. So first, we invited the national, those kind of R&D center. Then many companies want to have a co-work with those kind of center, so coming here. And after that, many venture companies also want to have a co-work with those kind of big companies, R&D center or national R&D center, and coming here. And after that, what happened? At this moment, more than 300 companies are located at here. Still have land, but could be said successful. Nothing until, but still have land, but could be said it's successful. The second case is in Shanghai. The Lingan, the name is Lingan Project, Economic Development Zone. It was huge. about 241 square kilometer. And it's located at here, and at this moment, here is the Shanghai Deep Port at here, and here is the Shanghai Pudong International Airport. So location for the international site is good, but on that time, this Pudong area was nothing. There was nothing in this area. Because Shanghai's business district there is a river. And this river's, this side, west side, they said Puxi is a business district. There was no business on this area. So, on that time, Shanghai city government asked us, what kind of industry, what kind of industrial park will be needed in the future Shanghai city? We said, supporting industry. What is a supporting industry? In the Shanghai, there is an automobile industry or electric parts industry. And also, there is a petrochemical or iron, steel, those kind of raw materials industry exist. But there is a missing part. It's a key components or the equipment in the factory are almost those kind of things are import from the overseas on that time. So we can say their supply chain is not completed in China or in Shanghai. So we proposed you have to complete the supply chain in your country. Then it could have a sustainable industrial development. Industrial future will coming. We provide them those kind of things. So we said those kind of industry is supporting industry. So many material are coming from the overseas but product at here and provide in the Shanghai or not only the Shanghai but the other place also. And the Shanghai government want to be this economic zone coming to the national level development zone. So we provide, it is not only for Shanghai city, but also for China. It's very important to have those kind of industrial cluster. After that, we list up 200 Japanese companies because those kind of industries world leading company is mostly Japan and German. So we listed 200 companies and have an interview to them. What kind of condition is located in there? Do you want to come in here? Of course, the business function, we hear it and prepare that. But not only the business, but also the life. For example, they said there's no Japanese school around this area. Then we can't go. Shanghai city really built Japanese school in Pudong area. Now, there is a 1,000 of company located here. And the total investment is more than 19 billion US dollars. So It's a very beautiful place. This is a residential district. So that's why the conclusion. Let's go to the conclusion. Our city development not only look at the visible things is coming, something like the land or location. Of course we do, but have to look at the invisible thing. For example, economic situation or the company's business strategy. Also have to look those kind of things and have to make the plan. What kind of industry or economy will have to be developed at here, and then move to the city planning. It's our approach. So we code this is the economic and industrial approach for the city development planning. So this is our presentation, and thank you for making the attention. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you very much for sharing us your knowledge and experiences. Thank you very much once again. เอาละค่ะแล้วเดี๋ยวช่วงนี้นะคะเราก็จะมารับฟังนะคะในหัวข้อถัดไปซึ่งก็ถือว่าเป็นหัวข้ออีกหนึ่งหัวข้อที่น่าสนใจนะคะสำหรับหัวข้อถัดไปจะเป็น panel discussion นะคะที่ทางวิทยากรนะคะก็จะมาพูดคุยแล้วก็แลกเปลี่ยนความคิดกันเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเดี๋ยวตอนนี้ขออนุญาตนะคะให้เจ้าหน้าที่ได้เซตพื้นที่ทางด้านบนเวทีเราจะมี